As you are about to fly off from House Thor's estate, you look around and there is this very calming atmosphere, a slight wind coming through the palm trees. You look over the hills. Down there in the distance you can see small lights and flashes. Some small skirmishes going on. Occasionally a dropship lands on one of the hills. Another militarum outpost being built. You are colonizing the planet. Loyalists to the various houses follow their orders to the last man. Occasionally you will see a ship get blown up by some hidden turret in the forest, set up by the rebels. You can hear distant explosions in the far, far distance. As you watch the sunset, Raphael walks, probably unrestrained, an old man. He casts a nonchalant glance out on the horizon before stepping into your lander. That's where we can begin. Iriok, can you describe yourself for us?
Iriok is an old man, lines across his face, wearing a black coat covered by a robe of blue. Upon his head is a turban with slight glints of metal underneath. His left leg is replaced by a bionic. His fingers are covered in caked ink from his years of scribing, almost part of his flesh now. He walks with a slight limp and a cane.
Do you have any particular facial expression? What would people think of you when they see you? If someone was to spot you on the street?
Iriok seems to be having a rather thoughtful expression, trying to connect all the different clues and hints that have been given. He's seemingly mumbling under his breath. With what they said about the Inquisitor, we should not allow them to meet. Investigating this pathogen, seeing if it is truly the pseudovirus, will be, well, very important to make sure it happens.
Wonderful. Alexandros.
Alexandros, decked out in his enforcer-like carapace, wearing his hood over his head. In the hood, we could be seeing the bandages wrapping his face have started to become soiled from the sores and scabs that are continuously on his skin. Once upon the lander, he goes and finds a seat.
Awesome. Morgan.
Morgan will be sitting in a seat, so you can tell that she's quite a tall person because her legs are sort of about halfway into the main thoroughfare. She's basically still wearing black carapace armor. She has actually sort of moved the what he called Parfield to probably round about the front, sort of midsection. She's got dark hair, very pale face. Mouth is obviously still sewn shut, as always will be. A scar running down the side of her face. As she sits there, you can tell that what he called she hasn't actually let up with the mind link she has with the counselor. As you can see, she's got her head against the outer hull, and you can actually just see basically the slow twitches of the counselor as she slowly just methodically goes through his thoughts. Says, just in case he happens to think of anything which may provide some more evidence.
Wonderful. I'm gonna say you step onto the ship, unless you want to stay here for some reason. And then...
Yep.
Take off. And that's where we can have a role-playing scene. So, take it away. You're in
I believe that our next target must either be to acquire the next home, which means either striking against Elias, I think. Let me just double check my notes.
Yes, it's Elias.
Yes, Elias de Vries upon Chaldene. Alternatively, we could attempt to see if we can locate the third fragment in the estate of Titus Palambrace. Whether it is on Vesuna or upon Palangrim, we do not know. So sending a team to his estate would be a good idea anyhow. Whether we should go there is up for debate.
Well, we sent a team to one of the estates. I believe it was on the main planet in the system. So, if he had have moved it out of there, then, well, it would stand to reason it would be here. So there's no point in going to both locations. If may as well drop off our friend here and carry on there. And while she's actually sort of sitting and talking, her eyes haven't left the councillor's face.
Hopefully nobody has already pilfered Palambrace's estate since he's been dead for a while now.
Did he have any heirs or successors?
Not as far as
you know that the estate is still being handled and taken care of. It's not like it's suddenly being abandoned.
Eriox walks over to the Vox station and makes the call up to the ship. Do we have any teams at the estate of Titus Palambrace? Or the Palambrace family?
Please do influence tests with a +20.
That would be one additional degree of success.
Amazing. You will, after a little while, hear something coming through.
All the counselors have been secured. The planet will be under our control within the day.
Affirmative, but do you have control over the estate of Titus Palambrace? I am asking about the location, not the man. The man is quite dead, last reported.
We have it surrounded. Some resistance. It won't be long.
Keep me updated upon the progress, if you would be so kind.
The Vox has some static as you break through the atmosphere. Suddenly you find yourselves floating. No turbulence. The ship hovering slowly with the tractor beam as you are gliding towards the cruiser.
So then what's the plan? Do we just drop him off, turn around and head down, or attempt
We
to
should talk to the Inquisitor and allay to him our suspicions about these two, wanting to talk to him directly. I feel that since they have been exposed to the Xenos psychers, it's possible that they might have some sort of subconscious link to them that might put the Inquisitor in harm's way.
Alternatively, it could just be that they're arrogant enough to actually think that they have that right.
True. But it's better to be safe.
Our interview with the Councillor Thought does seem to indicate that they believe that either speaking or thinking it of the cult or their masters could lead to their death.
Which would possibly indicate a psychic connection.
Raphael pretty stoically just looks back and forth at each of you as you speak.
Do we have a block to toss them in?
We've got one or two.
Alternatively,
Okay.
we could sort of see if they do have some sort of psychic bond. We could potentially get them together and see if we can ride it back to where this ship is, where it's cloaked, to get a more accurate position.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Very dangerous, but good idea.
Just thought.
You, myself, and maybe another, which are working in tandem, we might be able to allay some of that risk.
The cruiser becomes more and more visible as you float slowly into the dark side of the ship, away from the sun. You can just see the silhouette of the spires above as you glide slowly in between the crevices of the ship, and suddenly it becomes apparent how large it is as you disappear into one of the open hulls of the ship and land. The engines go off. The room is dark for 1 second, and then suddenly floodlights everywhere. The ship opens and a few men enter with a commissar to extract Raphael. As you walk up the corridor, you can walk alongside them as they head up to the Inquisitor's chamber.
Are they heading up to the Inquisitor's chamber?
Once outside, Raphael will be taken to the prison cells. You can hear Kane and the Inquisitor speaking in the adjacent room.
Alexandros will knock or signal for audience.
And Morgan will just take a step back, let them do their thing, itching to get on with getting down there and getting the last tablet.
Raphael and Lucia are taken. You can see them both in their cells, listening to the Inquisitor in the adjacent cell. You stand there between the Inquisitor's chamber and the jail.
What do you say we suggest put them into the same cell? One that's obviously bugged. See what happens.
I mean, if they're stupid enough to talk, then
Sadly, I think they are.
sure. Sounds like an idea.
And, well, if one kills the other one,
Yeah,
Then we'll know something is definitely up.
though, if one of them kills the other, it might be the one who we need information from.
well, I think we've pretty much got as much as we need from these people.
But what about what we don't know we need? In addition, their services might be required to either announce the successor before we kill them off quietly, or, well, a public execution to ensure that, other corruptive nobility might rethink their ways. It is very standard operations.
So once we have all three, we can start trying to work them against each other. Once they know that they're all in it, we might be able to convince them to talk.
Yes, I believe I heard
Right
of this
now-
text before. The Prisoner's Conundrum, I think it was called in one of the texts.
You get an inspiration point.
Yes, that tactic. For now, we could probably leave them alone in their separate cells.
Yes, preferably so they can see each other, or they see that they exist, but not be able to communicate.
Very good.
Do you not need... Sorry, I mean, do you need words to be able to communicate? You have
Not
hands, you
necessarily,
have
there are other ways,
fingers, there's body
I mean that we
language.
don't put them into cells that they can see each other in, but we should be making sure that they can see each other for a short moment before they put into their cells.
Well, I suppose.
I would
prefer just to
imagine
get on
that
with
the
it.
cells are not barred cells, or they're separate rooms.
We could just leave it up to the professional interrogators as well.
True.
But anyway, what exactly are you looking to speak to the Inquisitor about?
Simply that it is strange that they both wanted to speak to him directly, and the possibility of having a psychic connection which might be used against him if he took audience with him.
It's also important that we inform him that the Abyssian witnesses are the ones giving orders. And the fact that the tablets are ancestral, having passed down through the ages. They are generational items, meaning that this heresy has festered for a very long time.
It is important that we find out what that these tablets do. what is their purpose? Because if we, like they're warning us that we're doing, if we were to disrupt something, it's possible we could unleash something worse.
From the description, it seems that the tablets are being used to communicate with, well, whoever power is behind the Abyssian witnesses. He described rituals that open them up to communication with a far distant thing. I think
Indeed,
that
but
Mrs. Velde identified as being a Xenos.
well, that's why we would be here. I mean,
But yes,
I'm
this must be told.
just say make the report, but I honestly don't think that there's anything that will be new information to him.
Probably not, but just in case, we must report it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Alexandros will send a message to Lord Inquisitor requesting an audience.
Wonderful. Within a short moment, the door will open to the Inquisitor's chamber. A man with a black hood opens. He has a medallion, gold, bronze medallion. He has drooping eyes and looks old. He lifts his hood. The Inquisitor may see you now. He steps to the side and opens the large wooden door as it creaks open.
Alexandros walks in.
Ariok follows.
And Morgan will hang at the back and follow.
So you open the door. The Inquisitor is standing by the window.
Lord Inquisitor, Archconfessor, we just wanted to report that we just retrieved Raphael Fort. Is now being deterred into the Inquisition cells. We received some information from him about who they report to. We call them the witnesses.
The Abyssian witnesses.
He as well as requested a audience with you, as well as Lucia Vale earlier. I find that suspicious, considering this. Lucia Vale believed that the witnesses were tied in with Xenos, and Raphael Thorts says otherwise. But it's definitely there's been a psychic influence with them, and I fear that possibly that connection could be used to reach you should they be in audience with you.
Coupled with the fact that we believe it is Eldari in nature.
The Inquisitor, with the ship pointed with his side towards Pottergrim and Juno, he looks out and he can see Juno. You can see the planet shimmering out of the window. Whenever you look, there's like a blinding light, reflective, almost like blinking light. Perhaps the windows amplify light, but it is very strong. Sometimes the window sort of shimmers as if there's some technology behind it. The Inquisitor, just with a sideways glance, looks back at you. He will close the curtains of the window, so the side of his face is no longer lit up by this bright yellow light. You have forced their hand. He will wipe his face. The Abyssian witnesses are no longer acting through their proxies alone. Good. Maybe it is time to strike. He will walk out to the middle of the room.
We have also gained another great advantage, sire. We recovered from the possession of Raphael Thought a letter. Within it we have now passphrases, indicators, and linguistics. They can be used to infiltrate people into the cult. We also had a list of several locations where they are meeting.
Good. Do you know what they are looking for? Ariok.
The precise nature of what they are looking for has not been revealed to us. We do know that they are trying to contain what they are calling the pathogen, which we suspect is the Xenos mutation.
He nods quietly to himself.
We also know that while Palinbase was holding court in Darren Palace, he was throwing psychers into pits. Mutation eating their what minds?
He raises his hand dismissively. The witnesses are not a fringe cult, as we initially believed. They're organized. These bleak pits. Perhaps they're influenced from beyond. They should be purged. They are being coordinated somewhere off-world. Not Juno. Kane nods, looks at you.
That leads to...
think your assumption of Juno and the Xenos' involvement is probable. You are correct. He will tap a button and the hologram appears in the middle of the room. He walks up next to it and he will touch this circular orb reflecting light just as Juno does. He looks to you, Alexandros, as you speak.
That leads us to an idea that Morgan had. Or once we retrieve Elias, we combine them all together and possibly try to track their connection psychically to maybe the witnesses.
Or the people in charge. The Xenos that are influencing the witnesses.
Do an inquiry test at -20.
One degree of success.
With one.
Oh, sorry, four for me, one for him.
The Inquisitor forms a very focused, stern expression. You can see wrinkles in his forehead, thought lines. He looks down at the ground. Wait. Perhaps we should go with their plan instead. Strategic patience. If the Xenos are involved, they expect us to strike now. Eldar, explain your plan, Alexandros.
I think Morgan has a better understanding of it. It was her idea after all.
Well, my thinking is that if they do have some sort of psychic bond with these Eldar, then there will be something within the warp that can be followed back and hopefully reveal their location, be it on the ground or in the void. Not exactly a plan that can be sort of written down, more one that can be felt out.
And once we have exhausted the esoteric methods, we can move on to an old technique called the prisoner's conundrum. Considering the visible tensions between several of these corrupt noblemen, it is quite likely that should we tell them that the first one to aid us significantly more will be giving a lesser sentence. Thusly, they will be incentivized to spill all they know about their compatriots' ill acts.
He nods. I'll have my interrogators, unless you wish to execute the interrogation yourselves.
I believe that we could have the interrogators do the interrogation after we retrieve device, while we go to Palambrace's estate and locate the fourth tablet.
He nods to himself. And the counselors have requested an audience with me, not with you. I will hear them.
Pardon my contradiction, Lord. We believe that it would be unwise for you to engage with them directly at this point. Both of the subjects has been insistent upon meeting the Inquisitor. Not naming a name, but they have been very insistent several times, unnaturally so, of meeting the Inquisitor. It could be that they are expecting some sort of special service because of their earlier interaction with another. But if they are truly conduits of this Abyssian witness cult, then perhaps it is a way to strike at you, my lord.
I would also recommend possibly isolating them with hexagrammic wards, or if you do not wish to use any psychic interrogation tactics, perhaps create a null field to block any psychic interaction between them and outside forces.
He begins fiddling with his glove in his face, scratching his eyes. The bureaucracy could impossibly be... As he looks to Kane, Kane looks back. There is the possibility that they are charged with some sort of warp binding. Kane looks back to you. The request came simultaneously from the houses. Palambrace, the Rees, an intermediary speaking on behalf of Lesser Dominion members. They insist on speaking to us about a misunderstanding. I believe our agents could be correct. Perhaps this is some sort of psychic trap. They are attempting to reach you. We should proceed with caution.
And with the deepest respect, my lord, there seems to be some suggestion that one of your former pupils is involved.
He nods to himself. I am aware.
A question. Who is the voice of the House of Palumbrace, considering the demise of Titan?
Their house, Scion. He is cooperating. The Archconfessor nods, looks back at you. They are denying the importance of these witnesses, who Diruli referred to. This may be the forgotten cult of Diruli, the ancient cult operating off-world, believing they are maintaining some sort of balance. He walks closer to you through where the hologram is being shut down. They believe if we undo their binding, as I understand it, our pursuit would fracture the planet beyond recovery. That their operation is keeping it together.
That is what Thort said. So it would seem it would tie together.
If they are able to operate their communication through the tower, then our agents should be able to do so as well. Should they not? The Inquisitor looks at you. Once you have the keys, perhaps with the counselors joining you, you can attempt to reach the witnesses through the tower.
And hopefully find out what the purpose of this all is, and whether it should still continue.
He looks to the window. Our augurs have detected psychic activity on Chaldene. We believe it is connected somehow. Perhaps all will be revealed when you engage the device. With caution.
Mayhaps it's the... We do know that De Vries is arming a personal army. Mayhaps he has called upon some Xenos psychics to aid him.
The Archconfessor nods. Indeed. As he opens the data slate in front of you. The messages have been coming in the past few hours. The entire administratum has fallen silent. The Grand Fusiliers have not operated with some level of cooperation. Everything has gone silent. For Suna Regis patrols, there are rebellions. The Sanctuary District has fallen. The markets have closed. The noble houses have started moving their heirlooms. Void shields are off. There is some sort of attack, although not overt yet. It could be imminent on Juno. Without the counselors, there is no proper response. By nightfall, everything could have changed. We don't have long. Our barricades are holding on Juno. So far. But no one has heard from the planetary governor.
The Eldar are known for their subtle tactics. This could be part of their plan to distract us and weaken us.
He shuts off the data slate and puts it in his pocket. Void crafts have been seen hovering over the planet in high orbit. Old Brood veterans have reported unusual movement. Twice now identified skimmer craft over our compound in Vasuna. It probably won't be long before they strike. And then, war.
Have we issued a call? Have we issued a call to the wider Imperium?
All available ships are already en route. This is the sector capital. There is little we can do if they decide to wage war on us. We shall hope the planetary governor is not under their control.
So it would seem as though we go and extract him. Even if he is just a figurehead.
The sooner we get to De Vries, the sooner we can get the tablets together and then possibly reach the witnesses. Maybe forego this outbreak of war.
We don't
Is
know.
there anything that we are ignoring? I feel that De Vries, he is a very urgent thing, but it's also a very obvious thing. Gathering an army, holding a tablet. Everything screams high priority. But is that distracting us from something? Miss Vale mentioned a laboratory in a sub-basement where they made something called worm blood. Her indication seemed to say that it was not connected to the pathogen itself. It's a completely new thing, but if it is a high security item, perhaps it might hold some clue as to the objective, the true objective of this Abyssian witness cult.
I don't follow.
Both, I say, it might just be a paranoid thing, but Elias de Vries is a very obvious target.
Yes, and is it not in the sub-basement of his main building on Chaldene?
It is.
Where he is? With his army?
Possibly.
You see the Inquisitor, after looking at his data slate, nod to Kane. He should know. You can do an influence test. You get a +20.
Spending an
Hold on.
inspiration point to read all that. Okay.
Success with 1.
6 degrees of success.
Ooh.
I said I would, so let's just spend it. 4 degrees of additional
right.
successes.
Should have saved that roll for power armor.
The Inquisitor nods. There is an old parable. He looks to Kane. Inquisitor Malus Dice of the Order Xenos found the lacrimals on a Space Hulk Channel Spectre in the Calaxis sector. The Death Watch kill team fell, and the Inquisitor retired in disrepute. We believe the virus is a weapon released upon humanity. Malus didn't know what he was unleashing, or what he came upon, but we believe our enemies have now gained control of the virus, and they're using it to control humans on Juno. Should they try to do such a thing in a smaller environment, it will be discovered, but they have released it on one of the largest planets in the Imperium. No. It has been festering for millennia. He turns to you, Ariok. If Chaldene houses the production of the erase of wormblood, then the planet is not only a stronghold. It should be the focal point of your investigation. If you commune with the ones giving the orders, you should seek to gain power, whatever means you have at your disposal. Threaten, extort, use the counselors, threaten their lives, use their psychic connections. Morrigan, strain them until they break. The implications should they win is so troubling. Our control of Juno is of little importance by comparison. If the Eldar are involved, then the virus may be part of some containment strategy, some technology of control. Perhaps they're using it against us because they themselves are immune. A strategy we have not yet fully understood. We have the cure, but we cannot cure thousands, let alone millions. He sighs. If you can, find out who produced the virus and who is in control. He says that to you, Ariok. Perhaps the counselors know.
I believe our most recent clue in that participant would lead us to Egnon de Cambry. They put him in charge of, and Ariok does a, quotation marks, containing the pathogen.
Your prisoner, Brother Ananias. And as he says that, you'll all remember from the strike team on Vesuna Regis. You arrested a criminal gang leader, Brother Ananias. I think Morrigan was there? No, it was... Can you remind me, Aaron?
Nice, hold on. I'm having a look.
It was at the start of the campaign, the start of the mission. 40 sessions ago. It was your character.
Oh, it would have been Franz then.
Yeah, Franz. So Franz is there, and you would all know about this. So Kane brings up Brother Ananias and explains how the slave trader that you arrested, if you remember, he smuggled mutants, psychers specifically, to Egnon the Cambry. This is one of the first clues that you discovered on this mission. One of the first clues that Brother Ananias was smuggling lots of psychers to Egnon the Cambry, and that they were used to feed his pet project, quote unquote.
Mayhaps, in this case, contain doesn't mean keep in check. It might mean something more like contain your flock of sheep. A sheep is an ancient earth animal that was used mainly for agricultural purposes, as well as the clothing industry.
You get an inspiration point.
Anyhow, they were livestock, and you would have to contain them in order to make sure they didn't wander off. Perhaps these psychers, or mutant psychers, were being used to, well, corral the xenoforms where they wanted. We all know that they are fairly wonderful, have a lust for wandering and attacking everything nearby.
The Inquisitor looks in your direction. Do they act alone, autonomously, or do they receive orders?
The ones we have...
Mutants.
The ones we have seen have acted not very orderly, but rather more like beasts or animals. They have been reduced to their instincts. If they could be corralled and controlled, that would increase their threat level by an uncountable amount.
I would say that Councillor Holst would probably disagree with that. As one of them climbed up a massive edifice, burst through his window, tore him to pieces, and jumped out. Seems rather calculated to me.
Yes, but if we think about the ones we met in the forest and the one in the spaceport, they did not act with intent or intelligence. They were simply beasts, attacking all that was nearby.
Any of you can do a Forbidden Lore Mutants test with a +20. Forbidden Lore Mutants.
Nope.
Nobody has it?
No, I don't have it.
No.
I do have some extra XP. I'm gonna buy it.
No. I'm gonna, unfortunately, only allow that between sessions.
Okay.
And the counselor looks confused. Perhaps there is some logic behind it. We should have our magos look at it. Where is Samakri? Has he returned? He looks at you.
I couldn't say if he's returned or not. Unfortunately, he doesn't generally tell us of his comings and going.
He
Speak
returned
with
up
him.
with us after our incursion into the Vale estate. He did not join us when we went to the Thought estate.
The confessor nods. Bring him the next time we have our briefing, when you return from your next excursion. He should know more.
All right, I believe it's time that we move on to our next goal. We are under a time limit, perhaps.
Indeed.
The Inquisitor nods and follows you as you walk across the room. You have uncovered what we chose not to see. Keep searching. We don't have long. He stands in the doorframe as you close the door and return to your ship.
Yes.
Yep.
Be headed back to where? Headed to where?
I believe we
Well-
were going to retrieve DeVries, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But we're also sending an order to the team that's attacking the Palimbrace estate to just, turn that place upside down, basically. Find the tablet if it's there.
Excellent.
So, shall we bring some reinforcements just in case DeVrice's estate is
Absolutely
more
crawling.
resistant? Yes.
After waiting there for a while, you'll be able to regroup at the bridge with the rest of the warband, and you now have quite a few agents there. And Tetricus, Llewellyn, Zaul, Sumakri have returned. It also seems the Inquisitor, Kane, and Deruli, the Arch Savant, are there. Out of character, we can go out of character. Who do you bring with you? You can bring with you 2 agents of your choosing.
I would suggest definitely Llewellyn for more of a combat requirement. And how good is Ariok with security systems?
Not very.
Including
Very,
Derili. But Derili is the most important. But yeah, you can also bring him.
No,
He's
we're
a
not.
sage.
I'm definitely agreeing on Levin, but after that, I'm not sure. So Macri is really fucking unreliable.
I haven't had any problem with them.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
He's abandoned us
Or-
twice. Because his antennas got a bit crooked.
Well, we'll possibly need a someone with technology. Should we come
Yeah.
up against a
Jeez.
security system or locked vault that we're unable to access normally?
He looks angry.
Who's that?
Jill Verbostia or something.
Jill Vermosta? What's she good at?
Like an assassin. She's an assassin. Assassin. Investigator. Tech priest. Ogren. Sister of Battle.
I say then we go for this one and this one, because let's face it, we're squishy as shit.
I think I'm agreeing with
I
you,
only have
you
one
know,
squish point remaining.
I do have some tech use, but I'm not super expert at it.
Well, we have the passcodes. Hopefully we don't need tech use.
No, that's true. And DeVrice will maybe be able to capture him and influence him to open anything else.
Tetricus is a tank. Llewellyn is a glass cannon. Some accurate tech. Zawul, stealthy. Jill, close combat. Assassin.
It's always good to have a tank.
Yeah, I say we go for a tank. Do we have like an auto cannon we could give him or something?
He's got good weapons.
He just punches people.
Very, very hard.
It's important.
He also explodes
let's go for
people.
11
He punches
and,
and explodes people.
yes.
Right, okay, I'm gonna go Tetricus and that Jill person, because quite frankly, you know, if she dies, then I don't even know who she is, so hell with it.
Perfect.
I still think that we need 11 because she's a distant fighter and we're facing an army here.
She's a sister of battle. She's very strong.
Well, everyone seems to be sort of against my idea, so you know what? Fight amongst yourselves. And then when it all goes to shit, I will sit there and go, I fucking told you so.
So angry.
So
Llewellyn and
We can just put
Tetricus
it-
then?
we can just put into the chat, you know, who we vote for, and we'll just see who comes out on top.
To be honest with you, as long as they can actually sort of kill a couple of people, I really don't care. I mean, as I say, what he called, we should hopefully have the codes to get through. I would prefer someone who is a little bit more sneaky than, you know, someone who's going to go stomping around the place, so that we potentially, hopefully, avoid a fight. That's my kind of thinking, but
Yes, but one person who's sneaky does not help the others who are not.
Yeah.
are you not sneaky?
Not very.
Oh, God, thanks.
I am also not super sneaky.
I've got the first box of stealth. So
Stay
Right,
there.
fine. I
still
should
do
be
decent.
sneaky, and you can do the fighting. How does that sound? Now, watch
Are
me
you all
roll
sneaky to be up to do the fighting?
Okay.
Morgan's a survivor. She's a cockroach. She'll survive if nobody else does.
And then switch sides to whoever's winning. Sorry, I'm not smart with corporate. Right. So, who we taking? Who we taking?
My vote is for Llewellyn and Tetricus.
Yeah, I agree.
Sounds good. Voted by majority. Let's move on.
Okay.
You're gonna fly down to, was it Juno or Potogram?
Chaldene.
You're going to Chaldene.
Well, wherever
Italian.
DeVries is, we need to get him.
The Reese is on Potogram, yeah.
Oh, he's
Okay.
okay. I
Yeah,
thought it was from the other.
because all the counselors there. So we get him, return him to the ship, and then any information we can get from him will help us for his Chaldean laboratory.
Sorry, Elias, you're not 100% sure, so there are 2 more tablets that remain. That is Elias and Titus? Palambrace?
Yes. Yes.
You haven't been at Titus's estate yet? Or he is on Alliance?
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Titus was dead.
He is dead. His house, his estate, is on Potogram. Titus is dead. His estate is on Potogram.
Yeah, and we're that currently under siege with them almost breaking through, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We retrieve the device, and then jump to Palambrace's estate, and then go to the laboratory.
Okay. So you go into Titus's
A good idea,
estate.
guys?
No, we're going to De Vrie's estate.
So De Vries has an estate on Potogram and on Chaldene.
We're going
never-
to where he is currently. We need to recover him first.
You don't have 100% confirmation on where he is, and his estate has not been fully captured yet. His estate on Potogram, that is. But your ship is hovering above Potogram, so that's where you're close to right now. Your cruiser, just to make that clear. Your cruiser and the Inquisition is having a barricade around Potogram. Then you have Juno as the main planet, and then you have Chaldene as one of the moons.
Right. If he's
We
on
do need-
Potogram, he's not going anywhere. So I say we go to Chaldene. Because we know that what he called the mutant sort of we know that he's got a sub basement there.
Good point.
So if he's on Potogram, he ain't going anywhere.
And we can try to get some other teams to go after them while we're in Chaldene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already on. His estate is under siege currently, so.
And if he's not, if we're at Chaldene and we find him, then still a win.
Chaldene is a forbidden world currently not under the control or supervision of the Inquisition. Completely unknown. None of your ships are even close.
I got a note here saying Ash Zone 9.
Yes, that is one of your clues.
And that's on Chaldene, right?
Yeah, you unlocked the clue that one of the counselors have found out something being hidden on Ash Zone 9.
Something's being built.
You also have passcodes to get through something there.
A gate passcode.
Mm-hmm.
Just finishing up with tea.
We do go to Chaldene. It's probably going to be 100%. We're going to run into resistance and have to fight something.
Excellent. Tetricus and Llewellyn with you. You fly off in the direction of Chaldene. Now, I want any of you to roll a D100 event die.
Your turn.
So you fly back
11.
to nice.
Oh,
As you fly back to Juno, you're going to hover over the planet. It's a palace world. As you hover above the prefect's palace, the Pellucid Tower, you will see countless small palaces and these, temples and beautiful old ecclesiarchy, cathedrals, and they can all be spotted from orbit. And you're going to fly in high orbit toward the other end of the planet, and then on the way to Chaldene, I need you to do another event die. Oof. Alrighty.
We're going down.
So as you spot the planet behind you, Juno, it is quite beautiful. And you're going to be just taking off, and you can hear the suction as you take off from the atmosphere. And as you glide through space up toward the moon, you're going to be hailed as you approach. And a bunch of strange static noise comes through. I want one of you to do a lore tech test.
Common or scholastic?
That is always common.
Uh, 5 degrees of additional success.
Wonderful. You keep communing with them, and you give the passcodes, passing on everything you've picked up through your clues. Your ship will begin to slowly drift beyond a warp translation point. Your augurs immediately begin screaming with interference. As you approach, you will detect that Chaldene is wrapped in these layered scanning arrays. And this is not Imperial standard. This is not Imperial standard at all. You will feel a massive pulse coming from this equatorial canyon. There's some canyon going through the entire planet. And this planet, as you approach, your ship's scanners can begin to detect it. I want any of you to do a logic test as you try to gather all of the information. You get a +10 on this.
Fuck yeah.
Success with 1 additional degree for me.
Wonderful. The planet itself is some kind of installation. There's a giant, some kind of base on this planet. Definitely not as it seems. As you approach, I want any of you to do a operate aeronautica test at -20. You begin to approach the planet and everything turns dark. There seems to be some kind of dust storm.
Emperor, guide my hand. What was the modifier?
is above, please guide us through this eventful landing.
8 degrees of failure.
Describe to us what it looks like, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
As
You might have been the worst one to do
Alexandros,
this.
as Alexandros is attempting to guide the ship into the atmosphere, the turbulence starts jolting us around left and right, up and down. And Alexandros, at one point, gets knocked out of the chair, away from the controls. And is splayed across the floor, attempting to crawl back into the seat and grab the controls again.
Beautiful. As the turbulence ends, you suddenly see a swooping ship. It looks like it's of Xeno origin, coming in from the side.
I think we might have some company. As he peeks out the window, trying to ID the ship.
And please
So
roll.
attempt to evade and land.
Yeah.
You were saying please roll what?
An initiative roll.
Oh.
And you're gonna get to the screen very soon. You will see a ship coming in from the side. Swooping in from the right side. Do an initiative roll. And anyone can do this. The ship will get a surprise round on you. Your ship is almost out of control, spiraling down to the surface of the planet. It is going to get one shot off. You may attempt a juke action. Who is flying the ship?
I guess that's me. What do I require to roll for that?
I mean, if you want to do a jink action, it's +0 operate tests. And you get a +10 because of the size of the ship. It's a small ship.
Seeing the enemy fighter coming in, Alexandros jerks the controls with 2 degrees of success.
Ooh, nice. Okay. You're gonna look out the windows, and this huge blue orb just slides past the side of the ship, and you can hear, as you're already inside the atmosphere of Chaldene, the blue orb scratching off some of the paint of the ship. You can also feel the thunderous shaking as Tetricus yells to you, "All man the cannons! Let me in here!" He's gonna grab one of the seats and sit down next to you. You see him leaning over, focusing heavily, looking at his controls. And he is going to attempt to man the cannons. Now, each of these is one movement. You can do up to 2 moves per round, that's a full move. Or you can do 1 move and an attack, just like you would normally. You're currently about 400 meters away from the ship. You can speed up, you can describe your actions any way you want. What do you do? It is your turn.
It's doubtful that we're going to escape this, so Alexandros would like to move closer to by 1 to hopefully get a better shot at the enemy.
Okay. You have an attack action. I'm gonna say you're driving down into the canyons of the planet. This is a desolate, barren world. You can imagine like scorched wasteland. The ship begins shaking as you fly about high altitude.
The shooting action, is that not Tetricus?
You have an autocannon and you have a turret. So, if you wish to use the autocannon, you have to turn and look at the ship. Are you flying directly towards the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Then you can feel free to use the turret.
Failure 2 degrees.
Feel free to describe your actions.
As I turn the ship towards the enemy flyer, Alexandros attempts to fire the turrets on it, but misses. As the enemy ship veers.
It'll fly straight towards you, directly towards you. And it is going to fire a missile and the plasma. You can do a jink if you want. Oof. That is a direct hit at your hull. With good damage. Do you jink? Operate.
I attempt to, but fortunately, not quite.
Feel free to describe your actions, but okay. You do not jank, and the ship gets hit. Not a critical hit, but one of the wings. You hear some rustling, and the ship shakes. All of you shake in your seats, and you see Tetricus aiming his guns carefully. Jumps out of the seat. It sort of cracks under his weight. Then he just stands up, keep looking out the window. Anyone else on the ship, you can also do your actions.
Yeah, going by the ship combat actions, I would like to attempt a rite of mending, taking over the engineering actions.
Excellent. You can do that.
Spending a inspiration point to reroll that one.
Mm-hmm.
Three degrees of failure.
Oof. So,
Ariok, flies over to the console. He tries to. Machine Spirit, we need to activate the onboard repairing ring rights. Let me see. No, that was that's for another type of. What is the other slicer? What is this? Come on, memory, work! Why don't you work?
Nice. And anyone who doesn't see it, it's in the GM notes at the top. Ship combat actions. Any player can do this once per round. Just scroll down and you can see general actions. Anyone can do those. Gunnery, that's Tetricus. He took engineering. You can choose to take captain actions. Alexandros. But for now, we're gonna fire the autocannon. That's gonna be a hit. The enemy ship does not jink. Ooh, good damage. The enemy ship takes significant damage. You see explosions going off in the hull of the enemy ship. It is some sort of Xeno fighter. As the autocannon begins to hit, it like shifts down and up automatically in a wave pattern. And as it moves up and down, explosions keep hitting it again and again. You see Tetricus, fully focused, keeps like pulling the throttle up and down as the autocannon keeps hitting it miraculously, dealing significant damage to the enemy ship. It is your turn. You're headed straight towards it. Unless you change trajectory, you will collide. What do you do?
I will attempt to change trajectory, veer off to the left.
Okay.
And in the process, attempt another shot at it before I leave the its area of fire.
You can do so.
1 degree success.
That's a hit. And I can roll damage for you. Ooh,
Yes, please.
good
Let's
damage.
see.
Good damage. The enemy ship will be hit, critically wounded, as you take off to the side. In a normal move, since you did an attack action. And as you wear off to the side, the ship will... and you didn't choose to put any distance between you, or...?
Not really, no.
Okay. The ship will pursue you, and it's going to attack. Do you want to drink?
I'll attempt it, yes. Cursing Alexandros attempts to maneuver out of the firing range. Failure 2 degrees.
Oof. As you attempt to shake the throttle, the missile is going to hit, and that's going to be a critical damage as the ship's controls begin to flash. You're watching all of the lights on the panel in front of you begin to blink and light up. It is also going to fire its plasma. Ooh, this is going straight into toward the cockpit. 7, and that's gonna do it. You're going to feel the throttle loosen completely, and you have lost control of the engine. And you are now crashing straight down to the planet. You have 1 round. What do you do, all of you?
Ariok jumps trying to repair the engines.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I have whatever safety belts securing me to the chair, while I hope that he can get the engines back online. I'm still holding on to the controls.
Success with 3 additional degrees.
And which action is it? Engineering action? Rights of vendor? Emergency repairs?
Yes,
I'm guessing.
emergency repairs.
Yeah, I'm guessing emergency repairs, right?
Yeah, so that would be with 2 additional degrees because it's a minus 20 instead. So on
the
a success, a disabled system is repaired.
Exactly.
So
Yes. So
Ariok flies over. He begins to pull cords. This is a B-14 shuttle of the Arcanius shipyards. It would require a bi-coupling and a prayer to the Omnisaya in Ave Imperit Omnisaya in Tidia Kadat and a dash of Ethan. There we go. And the engines are up.
Yes. Fucking awesome. You get an inspiration point. You probably jump down into some ladder. You're seen down there like welding, sparks flying off. You throw some wire up in the air. Suddenly you like hot wire or something. Sparks go off again, and suddenly power returns to the panel. You have emergency power to the engines again. Headed straight toward the ground. Do an operate test at minus 20.
Alexandros, we got 1 shot.
Wetting profusely, Alexandros pulls back on the controls. Unfortunately, 2 degrees of failure.
The ship is going to flat out. You have thrusters, so you're not going straight down into the ground, but you're going to ricochet off the cliffs and sort of bounce off once, another time, and a 3rd time. And you can just hear the ground underneath you tearing up the engines.
Just forgot the thing.
You land, and there's this eerie silence around you. Smoke everywhere. The cabin begins to fill with the smoke from the engine. The hatch opens. Tetricus jumps out.
Days, Alexandros is trying to undo the security belt that he just had put on. Eventually getting free and then stumbling out of the ship.
Could somebody help me? I'm sort of tangled up in all these wires.
I'm gonna say Llewellyn probably loosens your seatbelt, just grabs you by the collar, pulls you out of the ship, and out of the back hatch. You're in complete wasteland wilderness. There is nothing around you. You see hills in the distance. There's just desert and nothingness.
To get to cover before the enemy ship comes around and finishes us off.
It sounds like a wise idea.
It is quite windy. It is temperate. You jump out, and you're just standing there, all alone. Random direction. Shall I use the Shall I use the scatter diagram to determine where you will go?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Does anybody know which direction is his estate?
Let me think for a moment. Ariok tries to remember, from his, experience with reading maps and such, if there's anything you remember about where to go to reach the estate.
You currently have almost no idea where you are. You can do a -60 navigate surface test.
3 degrees of failure. Unfortunately, without any landmarks or indication of where we actually are, it is quite impossible to figure out exactly where to go. At this point, picking a random direction and start walking might be our best choice.
Alright then. Head towards those rocks, like I said, to get cover.
Should we not perhaps try to recover some sort of foodstuffs, rations, before we head out?
I have some stuff in the back. Not much, but
Well, do you have?
Alexandros would hand to his head because he's still dazed. Yes, that's a good idea.
Let's make haste before that ship returns.
she'll go in, she'll grab her pack, and we'll basically grab her lance, and we'll exit the ship.
Ariok is going to see if he can find any water, foodstuffs,
There's
any sort of survival kit.
There's 3 days of supplies for everyone. You have 3 days of supplies. Basic med kit, ropes, that sort of thing.
Do we have any tents or sleeping bags?
Yes.
Good. Oh, I managed to locate some of these. We should be able to at least get some protection against the elements and something to eat and drink.
Awesome. Alexandros starts picking up his chair and gets ready to head out.
Excellent. You're just leaving the ship as it is?
Did the communication system look like they work?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get a message out to the Inquisition.
While he's doing that, is the navigation system still online?
Ship is fully operational. You have engines. Everything's fine. Your thrusters are just damaged.
Can it tell us where we're at? And where his estate was going to be as on our course?
You running into the ship again?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a rebreather?
You have a gas mask.
Excellent. Then, as you attempt to read the panels, you have to lean down all the way to see through the soot and smoke, wiping off the panels. Every panel that has to do with reading or sensors is scrambled. There seems to be some kind of jamming device going on. You cannot see anything.
Damn it. Alexandros curses and then rushes back outside. Something's jamming the navigation. I'm unable to read any of where we're at.
Ariok was trying to access the communications. Is that also being jammed?
Nothing goes out.
Unfortunately,
essentially,
it seems that the communication is also being blocked.
right. So we have something that's jammed, something that's blocked. So this thing's useless.
Should we destroy the ship?
Yeah, so Morgan's going to go in and is going to basically use her psychic powers to melt, what do you call it, the wires inside it.
Apologies, dear machine spirit. We have failed to uphold your life and purpose. We must now deny you to the enemy.
And hopefully they believe that we've perished with the ship.
So as she puts her hand on top of the console, you'll see her hand just turn a white hot sort of translucent way, and slowly she'll just push her hand down into the actual control panel, grip hold of the wires, and slowly withdraw it, and it's basically just slag, and then we'll go, and then her hand will just turn to normal.
You stand there in the desert, watching this ship, hearing the crackle of the engines as the oil pours and the promethium spreads through the ship. Occasionally a small explosion goes off. The wings of the ship crack, and you watch it just turn into molten metal and smoke. In the horizon, you see the dust clouds. As far as the eye can see, desert and wasteland. The storm has picked up. You see almost nothing as you begin wandering toward the mountains. And you're going to walk for a full day? Or did I understand that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna walk.
Okay. Do all we can do is survival test.
6 degrees of failure.
7 degrees of failure.
Llewellyn succeeds. Tedricus succeeds.
Everyone's just taking his time.
Alexandros freaking wanders off in a random direction.
The Oregon
Can't see through
Trail.
the storm.
We're gonna die of
Tetricus
this.
grabbing him, going, no, this way.
I succeed with 1 additional.
Alexandros, you take 7 fatigue. Ariok, 6 fatigue.
Are we ready to make camp soon?
You can see this almost like grey reddish hue of the sunlight over the dust clouds. As it begins to set, darkness sets in. You walk up the mountain. There's very little air. As you reach the near top of the mountain, all of you gasping for air, you look over down the other side, and there seems to be nothing but wasteland there. You have to make camp soon, as darkness sets in.
Anybody see somewhere where we might be somewhat protected from the wind?
No, but
Alexandros just stumbles and falls to the ground, just panting, tired. I suggest here.
well, if you dig a hole and throw a tarp over yourself, you should be fine.
We did bring the tents.
Yes, because putting a tent up in the middle of high ground, that seems like a really smart idea. She's basically just looking in the distance, what he calls hoping that there's some sort of light source somewhere as it gets darker. Anyway, Tetricus, could you help these two gentlemen out, please? Maybe, I don't know, move some stones so that they can curl up behind them.
Setting up the camp. You sleep until the next day. Any of you can roll a D100 event die.
Yeah, I'll do it. 26. Oh.
Sorry.
47. Excellent.
47.
8 hours. 8 hours is a full night's sleep. You sleep the rest of the night. As you wake up, the storm has begun to settle. It is a little bit more quiet now. And as you look out over the horizon, there's this beautiful calmness to the planet. You see the occasional dust cloud blowing.
Morgan's going to use her binoculars and scan the horizon in the hopes that there's something somewhere that looks at least man-made.
Do an awareness test. You regain your fatigue, by the way. You can remove your fatigue.
And with him, that's plus 10. Success with 6 additional.
Very nice. And over the hill, like across the mountains, another set of hills, and then as far as you can see on the horizon, like to the left of where you were traveling, if you went straight, then to the left now, there's a some kind of satellite dish or some kind of tower, communications tower. You could just see the silhouette of it, this black shape, some sort of tower. It is appearing in the midst of this slight dusty sand clouds hanging over it. Occasionally it disappears in the sand cloud, then you see it again, you get another look. It definitely is man-made, definitely. It's quite big too.
Okay, she's going to pass that information on and say, okay, there seems to be some sort of satellite dish over there, some sort of relay station. There was no light during the night, so it most likely is unmanned. But, well, let's hope it's still in use. If it is, worst case scenario, if it goes down, they might send someone to look.
Good as the idea as any. At least it's structured.
It is somewhere we can go. Any direction is better than no direction. If we're lucky, there might even be maps of the area inside.
Indeed, or at least some sort of something. Certainly beats rocks and dust.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's... No point in hanging about here. Let's start another day hiking.
Yeah. Break camp and start heading out.
Wonderful. There's this dust haze hanging over you as you begin walking down the rocks. Some of the stones tumble, you slip. You balance your way down these grey tan stones. The sand lands on you as the canyon opens. You finally reach the bottom of the hill and you begin walking across the wasteland. As you get closer and closer, you see this massive relay array. It's, from your experience, this looks like it's meant to communicate off-world. It is some sort of reinforced sensor dish, and it is mounted on a rotating spine. It seems to be very slowly rotating. You watch it just like change a few degrees every hour as you walk. As you get closer and you walk up on the hills, you see that it's surrounded by these low bunker structures built into the rock. You can also see power lines sort of climb out of the canyons, back down, go up into the dish, and so on. So,
If we are lucky, we could send a message from that too.
It looks like it's in operation, so hopefully.
I'm more concerned about those bunkers.
Llewellyn is going to appear behind you, Ariok. Excuse me.
You scared me there, miss. Yes, how can I help?
She puts a hand on your shoulder. She raises her eyebrows and she looks kind of passive. Can I borrow your auspex?
Oh. I do not possess one. I have a data slate.
She just looks at you confused.
Morgan has
Morgan.
the aspects.
Morgan will take off her little wrist thing, what do you call it, and hand it to her. Says, well, Maurice basically goes trot and jumps on her shoulder.
As you hand her the auspex, she skips about 6 meters ahead of you. As she's jogging backwards, wearing her black leather outfit with her padded armor, sleek body glove armor meant for infiltration, she whispers into her microbead, "Wait for my signal. I'll go ahead."
What is she doing with my bird?
Llewellyn will start running.
Did she just steal Maurice?
It does
Technically,
look like
you
she's
just gave
doing
it
a reconnaissance. Yes, she's doing a reconnaissance ahead of us, checking out so that the area ahead is safe.
With your bird.
Yes.
Do a -20 awareness test as you spend a little time there, just a few hundred meters off the array. The storm interference is heavy, but you have a little bit of time to try to set up your Vox, try to detect signals coming in.
And while we're doing all this, Morgan will actually tell them you have absolutely no idea how old that thing is. And
You're
is
right.
is slightly distracted, so gets a failure with 3 additional.
Llewellyn succeeds with 6 additional degrees on her stealth tests as she approaches the compound.
3 degrees of failure.
That thing is centuries old. It's irreplaceable.
Do a take use test -10. Anyone can do this.
Uh, 6 additional degrees.
Very nice. So you learn that So, you can further do a Forbidden Lore or a Scholastic Lore Tactica Imperialis at -10. Tactica Imperialis.
Three additional degrees. So success with 3 additional degrees.
You spend some time observing the base, Ariok. You've set up a full set of Vox, observation, post with Auspex, all kinds of scanning equipment you can, and watching and watching and watching. There's a patrol rotation approximately every 40 minutes. So 40 minutes, the rotation returns. It's a bike and a couple of armored guards. They kick up dust as they pass. There are 2 elevated sniper nests. And there is 1 armored transport parked behind a blast wall. The blast wall is heavy and locked. You've seen it move once, detected its approximate size, and determined what it is. This is probably used in some kind of emergency to attack or to extract. There's also an underground access hatch. The guards seem to be using this. It's beneath the dish. Some compound exists beneath, right underneath the dish. How many degrees did you get?
6 on the tech use and 3 on the infused knowledge.
Ooh, very nice. So you're going to be able to overhear some of the communications. And it is coded, so I wanted to do a security test. Plus 20. You're laying in the sand, and the sand is quite warm. Even though the air is cold, the heat from the sand heats up your suit and your clothes, making it quite comfortable.
Right then, inspiration point reroll with 4 additional degrees.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You listen to the communications for a while, and you have that they have spotted a ship coming towards the planet. Unidentified. They don't know the nature of the intruder, but that there was a skirmish, and they're searching for you. There's a search party. If dish and this detection device, this array, has no communications, no immediate communications, but they're communicating with a ship in orbit. If that ship receives the orders, then they will send in kill teams. You don't know what they consist of, but they describe it as terminating the threat. And once your location is known, they will alert the ships and they will terminate the threat. And you are... So they can call orbital overwatch, basically.
So, if we are to take these out, we need to do so immediately. Because if they can get a message up to their ship in orbit, they will send down kill teams or simply launch orbital bombardment on a location. I've also spotted a patrol schedule, 2 guards on bikes. They also got sniper guards looking around. They got an armored transport, but it's under lock and guard. They are coming up from a access hatch near the base of the dish, leading to a facility underneath the communications dish itself.
The Sister of Battle You can see her through your monoculars. You like look up at the compound. You see the dish. You see the bunkers. You look down. There's like a tan dark shadow next to the rocks. She looks back at you, whispering through the microbead. It's almost impossible. The whole place has sensors. If I fail, they'll know. Should I go alone?
We don't have a whole lot of options, guys. If we can't get at that something off world communication, we're not going to be able to leave this planet. Much less get ourselves to the estate.
Considering all that interference, perhaps I think it's only through the dish itself they can communicate with the ship in orbit. If we're able to infiltrate into the base itself and stop them from sending a message from the underground hatch, we might be able to stop them from calling for aid. There is a 40-minute gap between the patrols.
We have she needs to stay out of sight of the 2 sniper nests. We send her in there by herself and she's detected. We won't have any chance to succeed. At least if we're all there and we get detected, we have a chance to overpower them.
Agreed.
This is gonna be difficult infiltration with tons of stealth tests to see if you can get in. So if you don't have any stealth, then it's probably not a good idea to try this.
I'm not the best sneaker, but I do have some skill. But I am worried about Tetricus. Tetricus, are you capable of moving unnoticed?
Tetricus looks at his armor. I'm more of a smash and grab type of guy. Sorry. I wish I was smaller sometimes. I would be able to do more sneaky things and stuff like that.
Having you outside might actually be a tactical advantage if things go south. In that case, you would be able to launch an attack from their rear as they are focusing on us. And smash them apart.
He looks at you and takes his low stick out of his mouth. Where exactly is the rear? And the south? Are they on the south side? Or are we on the south?
I am not quite sure. I do not have a compass on me, but that is quite the right question. What is south when you don't know where the south is?
Just, can you point for me?
If we're detected, then the rear will be the place their backs are.
Attack them in the back. Alright. Yes. He leans up against the rocks. It's just gonna be
you
kneeling.
Wait for our signal to do so.
Right.
Is your microbead working?
He taps his air a couple of times. Ouch. Yeah, it's working.
Good. Then wait for our call and then charge them from this location to that.
I don't
He
suppose
knows.
anyone has a sniper rifle to take out those snipers.
Ariok, do you still have that jammer?
I don't think I've ever had a jammer.
Zeta, then. Thought we, Yeah, when we were traveling from our old base of operations, we purchased one from those traders, and thought you had it. All right.
That might have been the Ultramar guy.
Yeah, probably him. Never
So
mind.
do we all have chameleon cloaks?
Eric does not have a
Negative.
chameleon cloak.
And you aren't the most stealthy,
No.
going from past experience.
I got 1 rank of stealth
I
and 40 guilty.
suppose then I'll stay behind as well.
I wonder perhaps if... Arrogant, you are quite skilled in the art of moving around undetected, right?
Occasionally, if my luck holds. But then if it held up all the time, I wouldn't be here.
If I were to describe to you the patrol pattern, do you think that you could reach the underground hatch?
Well, we could wait for darkness. Maybe that would help. But if they're snipers, they probably have something to see through the dark, so I don't really see much way forward. So go for it.
Right then. Well, you see that rock? They begin over there, and then they move in a zigzag pattern, and Ariok describes, exactly how he's, mapped out the the guard patrols.
Awesome. You get an inspiration point.
Okay. You do realize that I'm just doing this so that I can get Maurice back, right?
Oh, of course.
Naturally.
And with that, she'll put on her chameleon cloak and start moving forward.
Nice. You move up to Llewellyn, and you want to join her?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Ariok?
Not Alexandros. Nope.
Alexandros?
Ariok has been told that he
Then,
should stay behind because he's a lousy sneak.
Then we have two
not so good
chicks.
myself.
2 chicks and a bird. Can approach the compound. And while we don't have much time left, we can just do the first step of approaching the base. So, could you please do a -10 stealth test, Morgan?
Mhm.
I'm gonna do the same with Llewellyn.
So, 10, so that's a +10. The hell is it? Failure with 2, so I'm going to use action to re-roll that from last. So target 78, so that should be hopefully not too bad.
The rest of you, you can see Morrigan Morrigan sort of disappear into the clouds, into the dust, as she approaches Llewellyn.
And I'm also going to use an inspiration for +10 as well.
Llewellyn activates her stealth field. She begins to sneak towards the base, like leaning down, crawling. They both start crawling toward the bunkers.
Yeah, success.
They will both go all the way up to the perimeter wall before stopping and reporting where they are. And then the infiltration begins. As you spot them begin cutting the wire and getting into the bunker. And that's where we can put a bookmark in it for now. And everybody gets 300 XP. Because if we continue now, then bad things might happen. That takes a long time.
I'm gonna buy myself a Forbidden Lore mutant and a operator aeronautica. Because I don't think we should buy without having.
Yeah, this was crazy. None of you had the most basic stuff. I was shocked.
Question though,
Yeah.
if anybody here has operate ground vehicle?
No.
Whoa.
Right.
I might have to
So-
skip the Forbidden Lore and just go for 2. Wait a second, how much XP? I have 600. I think getting all of 3 of those to known will cost me 600 exactly.
I literally built my secondary character to be able to do this. It would have been better had Alexandros died.
I'm just going to say Barrel World. Doesn't have, motorized equipment. Doesn't have flying spaceships. That's my excuse for not having it, and definitely not Void Ship.
Well, we've got some experience now in flying. I think I can buy some, at least operate aeronautica.
And I thought I made it clear.
Pilot.
I thought I made it clear how I feel about technology and things like that.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
not
but
going to go away because you don't like it.
If I buy operate ground, do you buy our operate aeronautica?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
At least it won't be completely unknown shit.
We don't need to roll with the -20 automatically.
300 XP.